Okay, so guys, today I'm going to cover with you the 10 vocab words that are going to be on your exam, on your quiz on Sunday, March 14th. The 10 vocab words are going to first start with the word vices. Okay, vices. All right, vices is a plural word. Number two is going to be enmity. All right, three is the word prosperity. Four is the word cynical. And five, if you have your notebooks, please write them with me. Five is tormentors. And six is another word which is preliminary. Preliminary. And number seven is obstinate. Eight is parasitical. And nine is implements. And these are words, by the way, covering chapters 1, 2, and 3, the ones that we read so far in and discussed in class. Okay, so 10 vocab words covering chapters 1 through 3. That will be on March 14's novel quiz. Okay, number one is vices. Vices is a noun. And a vice is referring to any immoral or wicked behavior. Okay, we see that the animals did not want to follow any human behavior that is considered wicked. Okay, like for example, they did not want to live in houses. Okay, because houses contain items that can make them vain and selfish. All right, they did not want to also drink or get involved in with alcoholic beverages because they did not want to behave like Mr. Jones when he was drunk and neglected his farm animals and did not feed them for days. So all these negative behaviors or all these negative things that they didn't want to do or copy humans in are called vices. Okay. All right, guys. So again, vices are immoral or wicked behavior. All right. We can say that the animals didn't follow. We can say the animals did not follow. All right. What did they didn't follow? They didn't follow the human actions. All right. Why didn't they follow human actions? Because they considered human actions to be vices. Okay. Or human behavior because it was considered a vice. Okay. Or a negative action. All right. This is why they didn't. The next word that we have here is enmity. Enmity is also a noun. It's the state of being enemies, okay, or the state of being in a hostile or in opposition. In hostility, again, means when you are in negative, in a conflict, as to say. All right, guys. So here, enmity refers to the idea of the state. Okay, the state of being in hostility. And hostility means basically conflict, okay, or when you are in opposition. All right, that means you're opposing. All right, that means you're in a conflict or a disagreement or problems. All right, it's a negative context. And here we can say that decades of enmity between the nations resulted in a war. All right, so years of being enemies or of this hostile environment, of course, it would result in a war between the nations. All right, prosperity is another noun and it comes from the verb prosper. Okay, and to prosper means to succeed and become wealthy and successful. So here, prosperity is the state of being successful and wealthy. Okay, the animals on Animal Farm faced prosperity with their first harvest. If you guys read chapter 3, you would see that the first harvest for them was a success after they overthrew Mr. Jones and his animals and the humans. Their first harvest was a success because they were able to gather a lot of hay. And even though they faced a lot of difficulties with the human tools, okay, remember the human tools or the tools were made for human hands, and they didn't have human hands, so they struggled. And despite the fact that they had problems, they were still able to gain a good amount of harvest because they all worked together. And the pigs were so clever that they found ways to work around their little problems. Okay, so here the animals faced prosperity with their first harvest. Okay, that means it was successful. All right, cynical is an adjective and it's to describe someone who is basically someone who's very negative, okay? A negative person, okay? To describe someone who is a negative person, someone who is basically doesn't trust anything, all right? Someone who is always looking at the negative side. The person is distrustful, okay? Distrustful. And here, someone who's negative and distrustful. Okay, these are adjectives. And again, someone who's negative sees always the bad. Okay, never sees the good in situations. And the cynical character that we meet in the novel is, of course, our infamous Benjamin. Okay, and we said that Benjamin is one of the oldest animals on the farm, and also we see that all the animals are excited the about the revolution, and all the animals have good dreams and good hopes for what the revolution will bring them. And the only one who doesn't seem to be very excited is Benjamin. He thinks that this is all nothing is making him happy, nothing is making him positive. All right, so here we see Benjamin. All right, Benjamin is a cynical character, okay, because he is negative about the outcomes of the revolution. All right, even though all the animals around him are happy and they're celebrating the success, he isn't. Okay, he is cynical. All right, tormentors are people who impose pain and basically mental and physical pain on others. Okay, these are a tormentor. The animals considered the humans as their tormentors because again they saw that the humans were the ones that took everything from them and never gave them anything. They even burned a lot of the whips. Remember the whips that the humans used to beat the animals when they're not working. Okay, they said they hated the nose rings that they placed on them. They hated the red ribbons that they would put on them when they would sell them in the market. They took their babies and sold them for money. Okay, so again, all this emotional and suffering is making the humans viewed as the tormentors of the animals. So tormentors are people or a person who inflicts physical or mental harm and suffering onto other people. Okay, so a person, okay, a tormentor is a person who inflicts it could inflicts what inflicts a physical or Again, physical here is when you whip somebody or beat them, okay, or mental, when you bully them or you say something bad to them, or negative words are also a ways of tormenting someone, okay. Mental harm and suffering. Okay, this is what a tormentor does. Okay, here the animals or the humans were considered the tormentors to the animals. A sentence could be social workers help victims. Okay, social workers help victims basically uh, uh, um, help victims escape their tormentors. Okay, so if you're a victim, a social worker, his or her job is to help you escape your tormentor or basically find refuge. Okay, six is preliminary, which is an adjective. To describe something as preliminary, it means to basically to describe something that's at its beginning phases or its initial phases. All right. If I am dealing with, or if I describe something as preliminary, I'm describing it as it's in its early stages. In its early stages. Okay. So here, in its initial or early stages. Okay, just like the COVID vaccine. All right, before it is given to people, it was in a preliminary stage where it was first tested. Okay, by many people and so on, before people could actually take it. Okay, so early stages. Now it's no longer in the preliminary stages because now people are actually taking it. Okay, so now that people are actually taking it, it's now moved on from the early stage to an actual phase. Okay, so preliminary again is initial or early stages. Okay, the COVID-19 or the COVID-19 vaccine went through preliminary, which is an early stage, a beginning stage, okay, a preliminary stage of being tested. Okay, before it was administered to people. All right, so before they give it to people, it had to go through a early phase of testing. Obstinate is an adjective to describe someone who is actually very stubborn, okay, or very strong-minded, okay, someone who is not easily convinced. Okay, if you are stubborn, that means you are stuck into your ways. Okay, if I try to change your mind, you are not easy to be flexible, to be flexible. Okay, so here we see the definition of obstinate. Okay, so obstinate is a adjective to describe someone who is stubborn and strong-minded. Okay, and here we see that again. Who was that? All right, so someone. All right, someone who is. All right, someone who is obstinate. Obstinate is difficult to persuade. Okay, so this is my sentence. All right, the next three words I'm going to use them on the next page because you guys will not be able to see them here. Okay, we stopped at obstinate, and number 8 was parasitical. If you look at the word parasitical, it comes from the word parasite, and a parasite is a kind of like um, basically a rodent or an insect, or something that we do not need, that lives and feeds off the human body. Okay, like parasites are like lice or fleas. Okay, all these are little insects that live, and they live off sucking the blood of a human, and this is how they grow and flourish. Okay, by just taking and feeding off human bodies. Okay, so a parasitical here is an adjective, and I'm going to write the definition, by the way, of how it was used in the novel. Okay, the way that it was used in the novel, it's when the animals described the humans as parasitical. And again, here, why are the animals describing the humans as parasitical? Because the humans are doing nothing for the animals. Okay, we see that animals are, the humans are basically doing absolutely nothing. Okay, we see here that the animals, the humans take everything from the animals. They take the milk from the cows, they take the eggs from the hens, they take from the chickens, they take the wool from the sheep, everything. Okay, even the foals, the little baby horses, they take their babies from them and they sell them. They took the dogs, to the little baby puppies. So basically, here the animals feel at a disadvantage, okay, because they feel that humans are sucking them for everything and taking them and living off of them without giving them anything in return. So parasitical is an adjective to describe someone who who relies on someone for everything, doesn't give them anything in return. All right, they only cause them harm. Okay, like a parasite. All right, number nine, we're going to go to number nine, and number nine is the word implements. And implements are tools. Okay, so here we can say number eight, sorry, I forgot to mention the sentence. Animals described humans as parasitical because they took their produce. Okay, everything that they produced, they took it from them. Okay, implements are tools. We saw that word in chapter 3 when it was discussed that the animals were incapable of using the implements of the humans, because again they had trotters and hoofs, and the tools required hands. Okay, implements doesn't only require farming tools, but it could be tools for anything. If you're going to use, if you have art, you have implements for art or tools for art. That would be a tool, brushes, and whatever you guys use. Okay, implements are just overall implements for cleaning, tools for cleaning, a brush, a vacuum, a bucket with water, whatever it is that you need. So implements are tools for anything. Okay. So here it's of course we know that implements is a noun because tools is an object. It's a noun. It's a thing. All right. So the sentence would be people or the animals. All right, and all my sentences are related to Animal Farm, so you can guys get a better idea of how it was used in the novel. The animals were unable to use the implements during the harvest because they were made for human use. Okay, so these they required human hands, and the animals, of course, didn't have that. Number 10, and the final word is a maxim, and a maxim is a noun, and it basically refers to a personal motto. Okay, your personal motto or a motivational quote that you kind of live by. Okay, and we saw the word maxim again also in chapter 3, and it was referring to of course here we were referring to Boxer. If you guys remember, Boxer is the strongest animal on the farm. He does a lot of the work, and he dedicates a lot of his time to work on the farm. Okay, so here the word maxim is a personal motto. What was Boxer's maxim? Okay, Boxer's maxim was, I will, I'll work harder. All right, was his maxim. This is what he believed in. Okay, that he will always work harder. Okay, we see that he also dedicated a lot of his time to waking up 30 minutes before the rest of the animals so that he can go and get a head start. And you would always find him where the work was the hardest, where they needed the most physical labor. Okay, so again, looking at page 1 and page 2. Okay, these are I'm going to save them, and I'm going to maybe also post them for you guys on the group so that you guys could look at them for definitions. Okay, for these vocab words that are going to be included on our quiz on Sunday, March 14th. That's going to cover chapters 1 to 3, 1, 2, and 3 for Animal Farm. That is going to include those 10 words. Okay, I would like to now stop for questions. Do you guys have any questions? Jana, Adam, Hala? All right,
So I
regarding...
just
Yes,
I
Adam?
wanted to ask about the project that you did in the class. Will we do it?
Yes, of course. This is a writing assignment. Okay, and I'm going to stop the share here, and I'm going to share screen with you guys. Your writing assignment for this act is going to be a research paper, and the research paper here is going to require you to gather information. All right, about the miracle worker. You guys have topics that I posted here. I don't know if did you guys look at the sheet? Did you choose a topic for the words that you want to or the topic for discussion? You guys did pick indeed a topic or no?
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry.
yes, I did.
I didn't.
Okay, so each one of
I
you
did.
guys did. All right, good. Also, give me 1 second. I'm going to... All right, this is my research paper. Okay, and what I needed you guys to do is understand that we're going to do a research, and that requires that we find different sources. This is the graphic organizer that I wanted you guys to do. 1 second until just it loads. Okay, here. Hala, what is your topic? Hala, what topic did you use? All right, what about Adam? What topic did you use?
It's about the Civil War. Yeah. Oh,
Which
it's
one?
6. Number 6.
Okay.
Mine is number 9.
Number 6, what were the main issues of the Civil War? All right, this one is not such a good topic because the questions are very limited. What is yours, Hala? I'm going to change yours, Adam. Hala?
Number 9.
Number 9, name the most prominent generals for the South. This is also not a good one. You guys, again, the questions here that you have to do is you have to think of 4 questions. You have an introduction paragraph, okay, and you have 3 body paragraphs. In your 3 body paragraphs, you guys are going to answer 3 questions. Okay, so let's just remove this one, and let's agree that you guys are going to have to look up 3 or come up with your own 4 questions. Okay, these 3 questions that you are going to be required to research. Okay, so here, what are you going to do is number 1, number 2, number 3. So let's say you need to pick a topic that has, like, for example, Annie Salvian, or who is Annie Salvian. This is a very good topic because you can think of 3 different questions that you want to answer about Annie Salvian. All right, what was her childhood like? Okay, all right, so here, this is one question. What was her childhood like? This is one question that you can answer. All right, or for example, you're going to put your question, and then you're gonna put 3 different sources. The different sources that you have to use, a different source for each question. Okay, so different sources, and again, Not all your sources have to be the same. It has to be, your information has to come from three different sources. Different sources include books, websites, trusted websites, not Wikipedia. Okay, here trusted in caps, trusted sites, not Wikipedia, not Wiki. Wikipedia is not a trusted site. It's not. Here you have to find basically a site that is trusted and that the author of the site is, for example, you can a magazine article, a biography or a diary written by that person. Okay, like a true story. Remember, biographies and diaries are nonfiction. Okay, it's based on true events. You can also find from an encyclopedia. Okay, so all these are different sources that you can use. Please do not use Wikipedia. So let's say, for example, my first source is going to be a magazine article. Okay, I'm going to find another source. I'm going to say that I'm going to use a website, all right, or an internet site. And my third source, let's say I am going to use, for example, the encyclopedia. All right, these are my three different sources that I'm going to use. I'm going to delete the fourth source because again, I first required you guys to basically have four questions. Okay, now that I'm only requiring you guys to do three questions. Again, a topic like the ones that you guys chose are not good enough because again, the topics are not broad enough to come up with questions. All right, you have to come up with questions on your topic. 24 is a good one. You guys might want to discuss about Helen Keller, about the sign language. There are many different topics besides the ones that you chose. All right, about the Perkins Institute. Okay, you want to research a lot of things about it. You can research Tuscumbia, Alabama, as the town where Helen Keller was from and the Kellers were from. You might want to research what are kind of interesting things you guys want to know or learn about Tuscumbia, Alabama. Uh, Again, the topics are a lot, but you guys, please choose ones that you can come up with questions for. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
if you chose Annie Salvian, your first topic could be what was her childhood like. Okay, okay, or describe her education. Okay, what was her highest education? All right, and then family life. Okay, her marriage. Okay, or her personal achievements. All right, some of you guys in the classroom, they were interested in was she married? Did she have children? Annie. Okay, so again, you can discuss personal achievements, and from the personal achievements, you can discuss her marriage and if she had children or so on. Again, each question, let's say you found the answer to this question from, let's say, a magazine article. So you would write your findings here. Okay, if you found her education in the encyclopedia, you would put your answers here. If you found her personal achievements from a website, that you would put your answer here. You would put your answer in the corresponding box with the source, but make sure that again you're identifying your sources in the top and telling me where your sources are from. This is very crucial to what you're doing. So again, I need you guys to reevaluate your choices. Pick questions from the search from these questions. If you want to come up with even your own topic, I'm okay with it as long as it pertains to the miracle worker. Okay, so again, pick a
Miss,
topic.
is question four good?
If you want to discuss Helen Keller, yes. Now you have to think of three questions that you want to answer about Helen Keller. Put them in this grid and find three different sources that you're going to use as sources of information. And then write the sources. And then you're going to go to conduct your research for each question, find the information, put it in the boxes. And then today what I'm going to do with them is that we're going to do index cards. Each student brought 3 index cards with them, and we're going to sit and paraphrase this information so that we can ensure that no one is copying and pasting information from the internet, because that would be counted as plagiarism. So in order to ensure that we're not copying and pasting information, we're going to do these index cards where we sit today in class with their research, and they're going to paraphrase their findings into their own words. And then we're going to construct the first paragraph and our body paragraphs with the information that we found. Okay, so do you guys have any further questions? Number four is fine. Hala, if you want to do Helen Keller, that's fine. I need Jenna and also Adam to tell me what they chose and to come up with their questions and to send me this grid. Okay, I need to look at the three questions that you come up with. I need to look at the three sources that you use, and I need you guys to write down the information that you found in these boxes. Okay, please get that done ASAP. We're doing it today. So I would appreciate if you guys hand in that work today. Okay, this is late due. Okay, you guys were supposed to be working on this a long time ago. Okay, study your vocab and wait for me, inshallah, to make a video because we started chapter 8 grammar for subject verb agreement. I will make a video, inshallah, and post it. Please forgive me if I'm a little late, but you know it's a hassle, dealing with everything. Okay, guys, but inshallah, I'll meet you guys next week for our extra care, and I'll see you on Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to also review some grammar, and we're going to do a review for Animal Farm together, in case you have any further questions. Okay.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Okay, guys. I'll see you later. I'll see you Thursday. Take care. And don't forget to hand in that work ASAP. Okay? Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
bye.